Thank you, Cahill, and thank you, Leader. I want to raise a huge matter of concern that has been reported in the papers recently and even on the news this morning on Morning Ireland, and that's the Aughinish Alumina factory in Limerick. And the reports are suggesting that the plant is shipping vast amounts of alumina to smelters in Russia, where it is then used to manufacture aluminium, which is then sold to a trading company supplying dozens of Russian arms manufacturers. And if you look at CSO figures for the first quarter of this year, 83% of the Aughinish's total exports were shipped to Russia. Now, they came back since and they said that's a mistake, it's a clerical error. But I know, certainly from my own point of view, I'm convener of the Ukraine group, Ireland has been unwavering in support for Ukraine. And we cannot allow confusion or obscured figures or statistics to obscure the truth. And so if material is being exported from Ireland, and it's contributing, whether directly or indirectly, to Russia's capacity to sustain its war against Ukraine, well, that has to be taken with the utmost seriousness. And I'm calling on you, Leader, to arrange a full Seanad debate on the matter, and also to ensure that the Department of Enterprise that's conducting an investigation, that it's transparent, independent, and it actually concludes without delay, because I think our integrity and our solidarity with Ukrainian people, I think it deserves full transparency. I also want to mention, Leader, about the tragic death of Alex Coughlin, following an assault in Blanchardstown recently, and I realise there's a police investigation, so I'm not going to go down there. But when something like this happens, we all express our shock, and then we offer our condolences, and then it seems that we move on until the next time that it happens again. So I think we need to start asking ourselves, why is this happening, and why does it keep happening? Because behind what I've seen about Alex Coughlin, and I didn't know him, but he was a son, he was a brother and a friend, and he seems to be a remarkable individual, and he was described as caring and selfless, and even one of the articles was saying about how he carried an organ donation card, and you can see that a number of people were helped afterwards by his death. But his family now are facing the loss of a loved one. They had the most horrendous funeral that they had to face. And I think we need to have an honest conversation in this House about violence in the communities. And I think too often aggression, I've spoken in this House about one-punch attacks, they seem to be just a part of life, and yet we're losing people. So every act of violence leaves victims, families and communities carrying the consequences. So I do feel we need stronger supports for young people, early intervention when problems are emerging, and a clear message that violence is never acceptable, and it's certainly not entertainment. I heard there was videos being shared, and that was appalling. So my thoughts are just with Alex's family, his friends, and all who loved him, and I hope that his family find peace. Thank you, Leader. Thank you, Éireann.